In the 1980s, a certain multinational corporation was spending $2,500 a month. Not on marketing, not on legal fees, on rubber bands, just to hold stacks of cash together. You think you know the story of Pablo Escobar, the Netflix shows, the shootouts, but violence is just smoke. Today, we aren't looking at a criminal. We are decoding the logistical genius of a man who built a $30 billion shadow empire without the internet. Welcome to the Vault. This is Codex Legacies. Escobar didn't start by hijacking airplanes or hacking banks. He started by stealing gravestones. As a teenager, he and his cousin would enter cemeteries at night, steal marble gravestones, sand off the names of the dead, and resell them. It wasn't just a hustle, it was a psychological baseline. It sent a clear message. If he didn't respect the dead, why would he respect the state? It was pure sociopathic pragmatism. A young man learning that morality is just a hurdle for the poor. But stealing from the dead doesn't make you a billionaire. For that, you need a system. And while Pablo was the face and the muscle, he was not the engine. Every mastermind has a shadow. For Pablo, that shadow was his cousin, Gustavo Gaviria. While the world obsessed over Pablo, Gustavo was the CFO of an invisible empire. He was the Excel spreadsheet before the software even existed. Gustavo understood a fundamental rule of the Codex. You don't move the product, you move the risk. He corrupted officials not with violence, but with calculated margins. When Gustavo was killed in 1990, the media called it a victory. But strategically, it was the moment the empire lost its brain. Where does a man get the absolute, terrifying belief that the rules of society do not apply to him? You look to the matriarch. Hermilda Gaviria, Pablo's mother, is often painted as an innocent saint. That is a dangerous lie. She was his psychological architect. She instilled in him a terrifying philosophy that the system was rigged and breaking the law was simply a tool for survival. She didn't just forgive his actions, she justified them. This psychological armor made him untouchable from the inside. With a cold, analytical partner and an unbreakable mindset, the physical manifestation was terrifying. Escobar understood what modern tech titans know today. He who controls distribution controls the world. But his system was so efficient, it broke the physics of money. The cartel was making so much cash, they literally couldn't hide it. Escobar was losing an estimated $2 billion a year, about 10% of his income, simply because rats were eating the buried cash. To solve the logistics of moving this wealth, he didn't buy a warehouse. He bought an entire island. Norman's Key in the Bahamas. He turned a tropical paradise into a private gas station for his fleet of dark airplanes. It was a dark version of Amazon Prime. The product was just an afterthought. The masterpiece was the invisible highway. But eventually, the noise attracts the apex predator, the United States. The threat was extradition. In an American federal prison, Escobar wouldn't be a king, he'd be a number. He would lose the board. When the government threatened him with extradition, Escobar didn't hire lawyers. He hired war. He stopped being a shadow CEO and became a state terrorist. On November 27, 1989, Avianca Flight 203 exploded mid-air. 107 innocent people died. Why? Because Escobar thought a presidential candidate was on board. He blew up a commercial airliner to kill one man. The Robin Hood myth was dead. Only the monster remained. Which brings us to December 2nd, 1993. The rooftop in Medellin. The official story says the great kingpin was finally hunted down. But let's look at the data. This is a man who evaded international intelligence for a decade. Yet, on his birthday, he stays on a radio telephone with his son for over 5 minutes. He knew the signal was being traced. Did they find him? Or did he let himself be found? His empire was crumbling. The board was lost. Escobar knew if he disappeared, the hunt for his family would never end. But if he died, the contract was fulfilled. The hunt would stop. His family would survive. He stepped onto that rooftop knowing exactly how the story had to end to protect his bloodline. A master strategist, right down to the final bullet. We do not glorify the man, we dissect the method. The Escobar blueprint teaches us the power of invisible logistics, the danger of infinite scaling, and the brutal reality of leverage. The rules of power never change, only the players do. If you want to decode the blueprints of empires and apply them to the modern battlefield, subscribe to Codex Legacies. The vault will open again soon.